ladies out there, coming at you live today to talk to you about something that's sort of been on my heart. So I've been thinking about different views of marriage. So there are typically 3 different kinds of marriage views in our society, and one of them is going to be helpful for you and the other 2 not so much. So if you want to get married, I want to challenge you on what type of view that you have about marriage. So on one end of the spectrum, what we have is kind of cynicism. Oh, and I forgot to mention is that our society sort of has a love-hate relationship with marriage, which is represented in these views I'm going to talk to you about. So on one hand, we have cynicism. This is the view that getting married is bad and marriage ties you down and marriage is going to keep you from becoming who you've been made to be, and marriage is hard because you have to give up your life for another person, and it's just bad and it's a challenge and marriage is just hard. So who wants to sign up for that, right? And then on the other hand, what we have is almost like an idealization of marriage. And some people use the word soulmate, so they believe if they find that one person out there who's just right for them, then life is going to be perfect and blissful and happy, and it's going to take away a lot of our problems, if not all of them, right? So neither one of these perspectives is really helpful, and the reason why is because, and both of them can be born out of self-protection, right? So I'm going to explain a little bit more about that. So on one hand, if you're cynical about relationship, you may think, based on the things that have happened to you, all men are bad, relationships are bad, this type of thing. So you're going to push that away from you when you could have a healthy, happy relationship. And then on the other hand, you may idealize marriage and relationship. And so what happens is you may, when you very first meet somebody, you may idealize them and fill in the blanks of who they are and think they're this perfect person for you, that kind of thing. But again, neither one of these are helpful, because over here you're going to push relationship away. Over here, you might idealize people, and then if you do that, and if you meet somebody who you think is right for you, this perfect person, and then you get to know them, then you're going to be disappointed when their flaws start showing, right? So, and then if you get married with that perspective, a lot of people think, well, I found my soulmate, and then they get married, and then they realize that their relationship may hit some bumps, and that this person isn't as perfect as they thought. And so then lots of times we'll blame that person, we'll blame the other person, thinking, well, you're just wrong and you're not right for me, and so I'm going to walk away from you. So either one of these perspectives, born out of either pride or self-protection or whatever, aren't healthy. But what a good perspective is somewhere in the middle, where we're not either cynical and we're not idealistic, but we recognize that relationships can be great. And they can still be made up of 2 imperfect people, but you can still really have an awesome relationship. And then what happens is when you have this perspective that this other person isn't perfect, I'm not perfect, but we can still have a healthy relationship, you're not going to pick them apart, and you're not going, especially even in dating, right? Not even after the relationship, but in dating, you're not going to pick the other person apart, expecting them to be perfect so that you're not disappointed or you feel safe, and you're also not going to idealize them. And that's a really, really, really healthy place to be. Now, I'm not talking about, when I say not picking someone apart, I'm not talking about not recognizing red flags, right? We still need to do that. But what we need to do is recognize that relationships may not be perfect. The other person's not perfect, I'm not perfect, but we can still have a really good relationship. One of the things that really bothers me is when I hear people put blanket statements over the idea of getting married. Like, well, marriage is just hard. It's just hard. So when I hear this, I'm like, because marriage doesn't have to be hard. I've got married at 46. I think I've got a great marriage. It's not a perfect marriage. I'm not married to a perfect guy. I'm not perfect, but I think we have a great marriage. So be careful about the kinds of things that you tell yourself. Like, if marriage is just a waste of time because, people are out to get you, or men are out to get you, and marriage is hard, it's just challenging, and then I have to give up my whole life. All this kind of negativity, this cynicism about marriage. And also, don't idealize it. Don't think that if you just find this perfect person that your life's going to be awesome, because then what happens is you're setting yourself up for disappointment. So marriage can be great, but even when it's made up of 2 imperfect people. All right, I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.